Hey guys, wanted to welcome you to today's video, and this video is going to be our introduction where we physically introduce ourselves and you guys get to see the faces behind the voices. And we know that we've released an introduction, but the introduction that we released was mainly for our podcast, which is also on Spotify. And for obvious reasons, we weren't able to make a video out of that introduction. But this introduction is strictly for YouTube, and people are able to put a image behind the voices.
So formally introducing ourselves, my name is Yolanda, short for Yoli, and
Mine is Sanere, which is been shortened to Sam.
because we felt like Stan and Yoli had a great ring to the title of our podcast, which is Keeping It Real.
Exactly, and we don't want to drag out the title of the podcast of Keeping It Real with
With Stan
Sanere
and
and
Yolanda.
Yolanda.
Imagine our creating an Instagram handle or on Spotify. Like, it was just going to be a long name. So we just wanted
Exactly,
to shorten it so it's
and
easy.
have a little bit of rhythm and flow towards it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so basically with this video, we just wanted to kind of like let you guys know why we created the podcast, what is the aim of this podcast, and where are we trying to go with this project that we have recently started, which is doing quite well, better than we expected, better than I personally expected. And it's just beautiful to see how something you created yourself can, be growing to a degree that it's growing and impacting the people that it is impacting. And the feedback that we're getting is just always positive, and it's motivational for us to keep going and just keep doing what we're doing. And we hope you guys just stay tuned for the journey.
Yeah, we really appreciate the support, guys. And let us know in the comments what content are you looking forward to hearing about next. And the content we've already put out your feedback. But like my co-host said, this video is just to get to know us as the faces behind the podcast and what what we aim to achieve and where we want this to go. And I feel like personally I wanted to start a podcast with my co-host because we wanted a place where we felt free to express ourselves and be comfortable in who we are and be able to talk about things that aren't really talked about enough, and also hear people's thoughts and what they want to say and make them feel like they're in a comfortable place to express themselves. And you don't often get that every day, like with your friends and the people that you're around with. And we just wanted to be that place for you guys.
Exactly. And the reason why I always wanted to have a podcast was because like I always wanted to express myself and talk about a lot of things that were happening in my mind and just have a platform to express the thoughts that I have, which surprisingly enough, I found out that sometimes align with other people's thought processes. It's just that we are too afraid to express them because we fear like, how's the next person going to interpret it?
Yeah.
Are we going to be judged? Are we going to be outcast? And sometimes when you just step out your comfort zone and really express what you want to express, you'd be surprised at the number of people that actually feel the same
Yeah.
that you do. And that was one of the reasons why I personally wanted to have a podcast so that I could keep expressing myself and, sharing the things that I wanted to share and see the number of people that associated with my thoughts and also had things that they wanted to share of their own. Because, as my co host said, we just trying to create a platform where everybody can be open, everybody can be free, and, we don't feel confined or limited to the things we talk about and express.
Yeah, because I do feel like in an everyday setting, you are limited to what you can talk about because based on the things you have in common with the other person or the other people that you're with. And this podcast has no limit. There's no limit as to the things we talk about. There's no limit to how long we can talk about these things. So we just wanted to create a freedom, not only for ourselves, but for you guys as well, to share an experience with us.
Yeah, that is true. And to just create a platform where everyone can feel comfortable in their own skin, but most importantly, feel comfortable in their own mind because it all starts with the mind at the end of the day. And if your own mind cannot be your safe haven, then where do you expect to find that peace and comfort from? If
Yeah.
it's gonna continuously be external, then it's never gonna be a positive outcome in the long run because you always be a being needing support, love, care from the outside, where you can easily get the same amount of comfort and support and love from within yourself.
Yeah. So where do we wanna see this podcast go? Like, what do we wanna? Where do you wanna take it further?
Oh, where I want to take this podcast is there is no final destination. For me, it's more about the journey. Like, I just want us to have a platform where we can all just come together, listen to the things that the episode is talking about, add value to the people that are listening, and also trigger like a thinking process where, because some people have told me like, when I listen to like the episodes or I listen to like some of the topics you guys discuss, like it gets me thinking about a lot of things, and that is important because the moment you start thinking and really analyzing things for what they really are, you'd be surprised at some of the personal answers that you have inside yourself that you never discovered until that specific moment.
Yeah, but I love what you said. How this is a journey, and there's no really final destination to it. We are going to be doing this podcast as long as we feel like possible, as long as possible,
Yeah.
basically. And it's a learning and growing journey. Neither of us are perfect. Neither of us have all the answers, but what we do know is that it's a relationship. Like, we express ourselves to the capacity that we feel like we can, and we hear responses from you guys where you touch on things that we might have not talked about, or share experiences we might have not experienced, and it's just you know an exchange of information and feelings, and just being able to comfortably share in that journey together, both
Yeah.
us and you guys.
Yeah, like what she said, that it's just more or less about having a place where we can build each other, which is like why she said we're trying to have a relationship. Because as much as we trying to share the things we have and things we think about, we're also open to hearing from y'all guys. Like, what do you all think about? What do you all want to share? And just exchange information because we're not here to act like we know it all. We
Yeah, we
don't.
don't know
We're
it
not even
all.
close to knowing it all.
Yeah,
We just being present in life, and we want to share the presenceness of life with people that
all
are
of
willing to
you.
be part of it.
Yeah. And so, with that said, before we even close, just share like a bit about yourself and who you are as a person. Like,
Yeah, because like I don't want to be like you guys are shy or like maybe I just don't want to share anything or don't have anything to share. But we see like we are getting views, we are getting subscribers, but not a lot of comments are happening, and we really are interested in hearing what you guys have to say, what you guys are thinking, so that we can build off it and also know how to target our mission of creating this podcast in a way that's beneficial to all of us as a community and not just myself and Yoli.
yeah. So, a bit about me. I'm doing my final year undergraduate. Woo, my final year undergraduate degree in accounting. As you know, accounting in general, you're just going through it. And if you think in high school accounting is bad, please, varsity has another thing stored for you. I am currently 20 years of age. I'll be 21 in less than a month, and I'm from Durban, KZN, born and raised from Durban, KZN. But we're trying to take over the world, and we're doing it, one
One step at a
one
time.
step at
And
a
it's gonna
time.
happen.
It's gonna
That I
happen.
believe. We're gonna do what we set out to do.
Yeah,
It's just a matter of when. And yeah, myself, I am Sanele, and I'm also from Durban, KwaZulu Natal, and I'm currently situated here in Bloemfontein, Free State, as I'm attending the institution of the University of Free State, and I'm doing my
same here.
first year. I'm doing my first year in Bachelor's of Business Administration, and yeah, well, it's still my first year, so it's still early days,
Yeah,
but for the most part, I'm surviving,
yeah.
doing more than surviving. It's good.
That's good. He's having
It's
a
good.
blast because my first year happened in COVID and it wasn't much to experience. So I'm really happy for him.
And I know what you guys are probably thinking. You're probably like, yeah, first year, we can see the excitement, we can see the happiness, but nah, it's not just because of the first year, but I'm just managing my business in a way that's helping me to still be at peace and content with my life outside of academics just as much as inside of academics.
Yeah, but we all know he's a first year, so the excitement is a little bit. from the fact that he's a first year.
Let's
Mm.
go with that.
I'm joking. I'm joking. What else about us? Mm, things that you'd say people don't know about you, but like,
Thing that I say people don't know about me. People don't know a lot of things about me because, like,
because you're Mr. Mysterious.
yes, like, apart from just liking being Mr. Mysterious, I'm not a very naturally open person. Like, I can associate with people, I can talk with people, but I'm not the type of person to personally blast out my story or be like, this has happened to me, this has not happened to me, this is where I am, that's not, you see, like, I just take it like one step at a time. And the longer I get to know you and the longer you get to know me, the more you'll see within the story of who I am. But for the most part, what would I say people don't know about me is that I'm talkative. I pretty say that because a lot of people when they see me like I'm very quiet. Like, yeah,
Yes.
this boy is just quiet. He
Yeah.
minds his business. He stays
Yeah, but
in his
he's
head.
Mr. Talks a
But
lot.
if you talk about something that I'm passionate about or something that I can like align myself with, you will see just as much that he really can talk when he
Yeah,
wants to.
he really does come alive, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be fooled by the Mr. Mysterious. I don't talk much like narrative now. When you really get to know him, that's who he is. Who he says he is that. Whereas
Um,
me, I am naturally talkative, but then some instances I really just don't want to talk. Like I don't feel like talking. I don't feel like engaging. Like I'm just present and the moment or the space I'm in or the people I'm in.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm actually introverted, but yeah,
I
I'm
consider myself an ambivert. I'm like a balance of both. Like I can be outgoing, but I'm also like at the same time very reserved. Like I just like to be in my own space and in my own cocoon to just nurture and feed myself the energy that I need for when I step out again to be alive and not like a zombie just walking around.
yeah. And he likes to live a simple life. Like he's a very simple person. Me,
Yes.
I'm not simple.
Yeah.
I don't like a simple life. Like if my life is too quiet for too long, I think something's wrong with my life. Like
Yeah.
it's always gotta be like, oh my god, like this happened and that happened, just because I feel like it's because of the shows I watch. Like I
Yeah,
love
she
reality
loves
TV
dramatic
so much.
shows.
Like if a show has drama in some way, shape, or form, I'm there. So I feel like even in my life, like if it's just way too quiet, like nothing's going on, I just need to like stir some shit up and like
Legit,
restore some sort
legit.
of normality.
Like,
No, not intentionally though, but like I'm starting to get used to the idea of having a peaceful life, and I enjoy it that way. But no, again, I'm like a little bit of drama, like even the smallest things, I'll talk to him and blow it out of proportion so that I feel
yeah,
like,
at least she knows. They say the first step in the right direction is acknowledgement.
wow, okay,
and
this
at
is not
least,
Alcoholics
and at least she
Anonymous.
acknowledges that she's that kind of person. Yeah, as she said, me, I like things simple. Like, I don't feel like anything needs to be out of the norm, blown out of proportion, or like bigger than what it really is. If something's big, then it can be big. But if it's not big, it's not big. Let's not make it big. So like, yeah, I'm a pretty straight, simple, guy. Like, I look at things for what they really are. Sometimes I look at things for what they could be. But now, as this current person I am, I try to look at things for at what they really are. So that way, I'm able to find peace and contentness in the present rather than worrying too much about the future or the past. I'm a very in moment person, and I try to be very, very present in my in momentness so that things are controlled and observed.
Yeah. Oh, I heard us. Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah.
Like anything that's just not like dramatic or like, oh my gosh, like, you know,
Like even in some of the episodes in the podcast, like if you listen to them, you'll see how something she just takes it and runs with it. And I'm just there like in the background, more reserved about it, but she's like running with some of the topics. I asked myself behind the microphone, like, how did you even get to that story? But yeah, she never ceases to amaze me the
She's a
way she
Hannah,
can
she's a
just
track star. She has
legit, legit. When I heard that song for the very first time, the first person that came to my mind was
because it's funny. It's true. Like potentially, figuratively, I used to do athletics at school and in varsity before COVID came. So not just figuratively, like literally, I can run. So
mm,
yeah, watch that.
mm,
Mm.
okay.
But yeah, that's just the gist of
Okay.
who we are, guys. And we really hope you enjoyed this video. Please do give a thumbs up and like, comment, subscribe.
Subscribe,
Most
subscribe.
importantly, subscribe. And till the next video.
Till the next video. But before we end this, I know some of you people might be thinking, like, you look so like natural behind the camera. Like, why don't you do actual videos for your podcast on YouTube?
Yeah.
And we're in the midst of trying to figure out how we're gonna run that process and how we're gonna do everything, like balancing actually making videos for YouTube and then making videos. I mean, recordings,
For
audio for
Spotify.
Spotify and stuff like that. So we're just trying to figure out how to weigh our options and how to approach the situation. But eventually, we do desire to start making videos for our YouTube podcast.
Yeah, very soon so that you guys can actually see the what's actually happening
Yeah,
as we're
and you can
talking.
see the facial expressions
Yeah,
and
really be present in
you
what
know
we're talking
exactly,
about.
and it
But
will feel more natural. Like you can see us, you'll hear the voices. So like rather than when you're just hearing audio, it can boil. I know some of the episodes might get boring because all you're just hearing is audio, and we understand if you lose interest, but we're just trying to build our platform before we can take it to the place we want to take it. So
yeah,
just bear with us, be calm, subscribe, and just wait until we can actually start making videos.
trust the process
Trust the
as we are
process.
trusting the process. And yeah,
Yeah,
so signing out, guys. And we appreciate the love. We love you guys as well. And spread the word and let people know what's good.
yeah, promote us because if we were in your shoes and we really like what you're doing, I would promote y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Like my friends know if something's like really of value or impactful, we always like discuss it or just share it amongst each other. So just do the same, and you never know whose life you might be impacting in a drastic way.
Yeah, just simply by listening to this podcast.
Yeah, but with
So yeah,
that said,
bye guys.
peace and love.